I just got back from the most exhilarating experience ever. Just attended my first live auction for a home, and it was awesome. So this place was listed for 13,000 and change, and so it drew a big crowd. It's a snowy day here in Cincinnati, snowy, rainy, like cold. So I was like, maybe there won't be a big crowd. But money talks. And so there was like this huge crowd of people, like cars lined up and down the street. You knew which house it was because it was the property that had all the cars in the driveway. There were probably 40 people there. So it was just like so cool. So I walked in, like I got there 15 minutes early. Want to make sure I could register as a bidder and all that jazz. Most of the people were already there walking around the house, and there's like every demographic represented. There are some young guys like me, some old guys. There are some people who were like beyond the age of retired. Like if they had bought this property, I don't like they couldn't swing a hammer. I don't know, just flipping houses wholesale, maybe, I guess. So guys with clipboards, like the serious type who are like taking measurements in rooms and things, and so like all sorts of people. So I was like, okay, this is my first auction. Let me find out what's going on here. And I talked to a couple people, and the first guy I went up to, I was like, hey, so you do this sort of thing often? And he's like, this is my first auction. I was like, oh, okay, so you do a lot of properties? And he's like, I was thinking I might buy it for myself. Oh, okay, so you don't know anything about what's going on. So I walk across the room, there's another gentleman wearing a realtor jacket. He seems like he knows what he's doing. So talk to him. He's representing these two other people who are standing there as their realtor. And, do you need a realtor? Like, no, thanks, pal. So this is his first auction too. Oh my goodness. So I go over to this other guy. He's wearing a leather jacket. He seems like maybe he knows what he's doing. So yeah, he knows. He goes to 2 or 3 auctions a year, and he's kind of explaining things. Anyhow, he ended up being the guy who won this property. So auctioneer reads off some rules. Some people have some time to ask some questions. After I registered, I got this little bidder number thing. I bid. I didn't actually bid. So he started the bidding off at $100,000, and nobody spoke up. Like, that's crazy high. And then he goes, 50,000. Nobody spoke. 30,000. 20,000. Somebody goes, 20,000. All right, so cool. Bidding is underway. And then I got 20, I give me 25. And he starts going through this whole thing. My number was 15, so like that's not gonna happen. As soon as like each threshold got crossed, people just started walking out of the building. So like 30,000 was our number. Peace out. And so like it started with like 40 people in this room, and then by the time we got up to 50, I think it sold for 56.5. By the time it got to like 50,000, there were only like a dozen of us left. So I was sticking around. Like I was gonna find out what happens at this auction. So got to stick around, talk to the auctioneer. After it sold, the guy who bought it, he's like, sold, going once, going twice, sold. And the guy goes, and walks away, which like surely was just dramatics. But anyhow, really curious. So this is the first auction I've ever been to, especially first live auction. I did an online auction, but thought like, man, if I didn't know what's going on, maybe I can help you guys know what's going on. And if you're into doing real estate and flipping houses, then maybe you would want to know. Like maybe this kind of inspires you and gets you that like, you know what, I think I'm going to do it. Go do it. At the very least, go, make a cashier's check. I got one in my pocket. And go attend a live auction. It's super cool, super fun. If nothing else, you learn something new. And it's informative. So anyhow, hopefully this was informative for you. I just want to empower the spirit of a handyman inside of you. Go out there and win an auction and flip a house and make a name for yourself and make this a greater planet. All right, Spirit of Handyman signing out.